And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. We took a little extended break because Rick, Bruce, and I, actually, we should have videoed the comedy of us moving this table.
And you're a veteran. You're a professional.
I have an executive producer.
Yeah, I'm blaming on Sam.
Move the table over here. You know what? It would have went well in like a silent movie, would it not?
We were doing a Sundance back here.
So anyhow, we're at Sycamore Crossing in downtown Blue Ridge. We have the Broken Bull, New Blue Home and Gift, Kinte, the Peruvian store, and Tupelo Tea. And I'm here with Rick and Bruce, and Jane is traveling this week, and this is our all-star panel.
Wait, I got to stop you.
He has a tab.
This is in honor of Doc Whaley, who couldn't be with us this morning. He's in D.C. with his lovely wife, Jane. When Jane's here, we're the all-star panel. I've got a new name for us today, if it's okay with you.
Go for it.
This is Fire and Fury.
Fire and Fury?
Fire and Fury.
Fire.
I can be fire.
Are you
can
Fury?
be Fury.
Hey. Go either way, man.
Fire and Fury, right?
And I am the diplomatic solution. Right? You believe that?
You wear the Nikki Haley hat today.
Okay, let's move on.
That's your girl.
Yeah, I love Nikki Haley.
That's your person.
I'm very pleased with Nikki Haley.
In either case, Fire and Fury, Fury and Fire. We're stuck here in the middle with you.
Stuck here in the middle.
We closed the show with that, guys.
Okay,
Come on,
sorry.
man. Okay, folks, before we start, we're going to take a look. What did Donald Trump say to Tim Russert on Meet the Press in 1999 about North Korea? What did he say in 1999? Sam, are we ready for that? And tell me when we're going.
One is North Korea. And you say that you, as president, would be willing to launch a preemptive strike against North Korea's nuclear.
First, I'd negotiate. I would negotiate like crazy, and I'd make sure that we tried to get the best deal possible. But look, Tim, if a man walks up to you in a street in Washington, because this doesn't happen, of course, in New York, but if a man walks up and puts a gun to your head and says, give me your money, wouldn't you rather know where he's coming from before he had the gun in his hand? And these people, in 3 or 4 years, are going to be having nuclear weapons. They're going to have those weapons pointed all over the world, and specifically at the United States. And wouldn't you be better off solving this really potentially unbelievable, and the biggest problem, I mean, we can talk about the economy, we can talk about Social Security. The biggest problem this world has is nuclear proliferation. And we have a country out there in North Korea, which is sort of wacko, which is not a bunch of dummies, and they are going out and they are developing nuclear weapons. And they're not doing it because they're having fun doing it. They're doing it for a reason. And wouldn't it be good to sit down and really negotiate something, and ideally negotiate? Now, if that negotiation doesn't work, you better solve the problem now than solve it later, Tim. And you know it, and every politician knows it, and nobody wants to talk about it. Jimmy Carter, who I really like, and he went over there. It was so soft. These people are laughing at us.
The former general of the Air Force, Merrill McPeak, the former Secretary of Defense, Les Aspin, said you could not launch a preemptive strike against North Korea because the nuclear fallout could be devastating to the Asian Peninsula.
I'm not talking about us using nuclear weapons. I'm saying that they have areas where they're developing missiles.
No, but taking out their nuclear potential would create a fallout.
Tim, do you know that this country went out and gave them nuclear reactors, free fuel for 10 years? We virtually tried to bribe them into stopping, and they're continuing to do what they're doing, and they're laughing at us. They think we're a bunch of dummies. I'm saying that we have to do something to stop.
But if the military told you, Mr. Trump, we can't do this.
You give me 2 names. You're giving me 2 names. I don't know. Do you want to do it in 5 years when they have warheads all over the place, every one of them pointing to New York City, to Washington, and every one of our... Is that when you want to do it? Or do you want to do something now? Warheads all over the place, every one of them pointing...
Okay, guys. 1999. Now, I continually hear that our president doesn't have the temperament to be president. This interview is 1999. I mean, we know how long we set them up. The deal, the great deal that then President Bill Clinton went to the podium and said, we've made a great deal for the American people. And
Slick Willie again.
24 years later. So you listen to that from 1999 from a man that, you know, his temperament I don't see to be that bad, and I see him to have actually a logical grip on the situation. He says politicians know it, they don't want to deal with it. In 1999, he says if we don't do something within the next 5 years.
Yeah, and Clinton, Bush, and Obama all passed on it. I mean, they just turned a blind eye to it. It's pathetic.
You know,
what say you?
I was watching something last night. I can't remember. Have you ever seen Tammy Bruce?
The name rings a bell.
Tim, I mean, she's got a radio show, and she's been on Fox a lot lately. She made a really interesting point. She said exactly what Bruce did. You know, we've had Carter, we've had Clinton, we've had Bush, we've had Obama. None of them did anything. They all placated this guy, and she said, I want you to understand, Trump is a different type of individual. He is a very strong leader. He's a very strong commander-in-chief, and what he says will happen.
Okay, let me move to you, Bruce. Let me ask you, how concerned are you about China? China said in an article I read from their state-run paper, the communist state-run paper, that, and I find it interesting, if they attack us, they will be okay with us retaliating. But a preemptive strike, they will counter.
They will defend.
They will defend. How concerned are you with China this morning?
You know, the Chinese say things like that all the time. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, dealing with this guy. You really have to look at the end game. And end game for China is, you know, greater control over that area.
Or the Asian Peninsula.
The Asian Peninsula and the South China Sea, you know, because they have their islands and everything. So, you know, there's a lot of talk going on. I think they are very worried about the reunification of the Korean Peninsula.
That's their biggest thing to me.
Yes.
Because North Korea is the buffer between American-supported, right,
democratic ideals,
Asian Peninsula, and China. That's the buffer.
It goes from black to gray to white.
Right.
Yeah. So, without the gray in between, it's just black and white.
Yeah. And again, I mean, if this is conventional, you know, I don't think anyone's going to do anything. If it gets nuclear, then I think the Chinese are, you know, they're going to be dealing with fallout, just like the Japanese, you know, South Koreans, and God knows what other Asian countries. I mean, it could go Cambodia, Thailand way too. So I don't think the Chinese are going to do anything. They're going to take a wait and see attitude, and we'll wait and see.
Well, that's why they came out and said we're going to be absolutely neutral on this. They did take it one step further, like you said. If we attack, they back North Korea. North Korea attacks, that's okay. We're still going to be passive, but
there's a saying about Chinese that everything you hear from the Chinese you can believe, but none of it's true.
I understand. No, you're right about that. Exactly. So let's go with this, and I don't want to say give him credit, but I want to take him at his word. Whether it's a dud and it falls in the sea and just does not launch, every time this guy says he's going to do something, he has done it. Right. He says we're going to launch test missiles, you know, next week. Everybody's sitting around. They launch.
Oh, you're talking about Kim Jong Un.
Kim Ding Dong.
But am I correct? Every time he says they're going to do something, he has done it. Whether they're duds on the pad, whether they explode on the pad, launch pad, he does follow through with his rhetoric, correct? So what do we do if he said, like, middle of August, we're going to implement our plan that we have to launch 4 missiles at Guam? What do we do?
Well, we're going to put them 20 miles off, just to kind of give them a little haircut.
Yeah, and they will probably not be nuclear tipped. They'll probably be conventional, you know, just to show that he can do it. So it'll be a tough decision for Trump to, like, you know.
But Trump has to make a decision.
Knock him down in the boost phase and take out the missile sites. Or the Japanese are saying, don't worry, anything that's launched from North Korea, we can knock down with our missile defenses before it even goes over us to Guam.
In years past,
so
whenever he's done this before, and he's done it, you know, not to this extent, but he's tested people, and they all come back to him, they meaning the past administrations from this country's perspective, and they say, oh, I'm so sorry, what can we do to help? What can we do to help? Can we give you some money? Can we give you some food relief? Do you need medical supplies?
Yeah. And John Bolton was on one of the shows yesterday, and I think he said something along those lines. He says, these guys aren't dumb. They know how to get things
Well,
from
that's
everybody
what
else.
Donald Trump said in 1999. He said they're not dumb.
Yeah.
Now,
And, you know,
now the detractors will tell you that starting in 1999, if you look at his trail of tweets and his trail of statements, and you can look this up on Breitbart, they gave a chronological order of all of his statements that he made. He's a little bit all around the board. Sometimes he says we need to hit him hard. Then he says we need to negotiate. You know, so I'm glad we went back to the 99 thing because it shows that he's at least thinking. But you know, he does kind of waver a little bit around.
And of course, the detractors will pick the other statements and say,
that's
look
what
at
I'm
this
saying.
guy's
Yeah.
loose cannon. You know, then what the hell would think?
Yeah.
well, you know, the other thing to me, and I don't want to say this lightly and off the cuff, but you know, with Trump, I always take the media can't handle it because they don't understand. They're in the swamp. They don't understand. They can't come out of the swamp. Okay.
No. They had their meeting and they all agreed on what the major talking point is.
But my thought
They
is,
didn't try to understand.
you know, Trump. They say to Trump, this is, you know, not recently, but they say to Trump, how do you think we should react to North Korea? I'd negotiate with them. Where you want to go to lunch? I mean, you know, right? We'll negotiate. It was Monday. Tuesday. What do you think about North Korea? Bomb the hell out of them. Where are you going to go for lunch? You want to play golf this afternoon?
Pulled pork.
Right? Yeah. Brisket? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they have just zeroed in. And here's the one I love. Saber rattling. You like that one? Saber rattling, right? I think we have to do something. I didn't go back to Carter, and I should have, but we have done a series, a total series on the 24 years of failed policy in North Korea from Bill Clinton and Madeleine Albright. I mean, we did not negotiate with rogue dictators like this, and Madeleine Albright, our U.S. plane landed there, and Madeleine Albright got off the plane and they handed her Walmart flowers and so on and so forth. I've got the video. I mean, I just always, but you know, we normalize relations, right?
Yeah.
Normalize relations with an unsustainable, whatever. The words, you guys can.
Yeah, but again, understand there's back channel, you know, contacts with all these guys. You know, they were back channeling with Chavez and all these other dictators and Castro brothers and all that. It's just not on the front page.
I asked Congressman Doug Collins his feeling of who the president. This was yesterday in my interview. If he was comfortable, our congressman here in the 9th District, with the people surrounding the president and advising the president, meaning
Mattis,
Kelly, McMaster, the group you know, with Mike Pence, and he is very comfortable with the group surrounding. But he says it's serious. Are you comfortable with everybody surrounding the president at this time?
That's a loaded question. But then again, you're the master of loaded questions.
Are you?
I feel like I'm on the 17th floor of BKP Tower in downtown LJ. Looking out the
Listen,
window.
you're driving through and it's just like awkwardly tall building, all gold lace outside. I mean, you would love it. Doorman, everything. We got the work.
Yeah, I know.
You ought to come down.
I'm looking for the gold
Elevator.
around the windows.
Yeah,
Yeah, and no escalator.
Sam,
I didn't
I'll take
answer
a
your
look.
burrito,
Wait. Note to Sam. Get my gold leaf ready for it in a sec. Okay, all right, go back.
No gold leaf. You haven't earned it yet.
Silver.
Yeah, silver leaf. Yeah.
All right.
Am I comfortable with everybody that he surrounded himself with? You know, there's a part of me that says there might be a little bit of an elitist faction there working against him. I don't know if that's true or not, or if it's just hyperbole. I don't know what to say. But, you know, there's something in me that says, do they really want this guy to succeed, and who's on whose side?
Well, considering Mattis's, our Secretary of Defense, his comments recently, if they push him and it's left up to him, the one thing you will not hear anymore in casual conversation, where are you from? North Korea. that will no longer be an option because you won't meet anybody from North. I mean, where are you from? North Korea? Nah, it ain't possible. No, you're not from North Korea because Mattis cleaned it out. I mean,
Do you think we'll take
do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you think we'll
do.
take some North Korean refugees?
Huh?
Do you think we'll open the doors for that?
Oh boy. Now we're getting into immigration.
Wait, no. I like you bring that up. I want to say this, and I want to take a break. But you bring up refugees. That is China's top 1, 2, 3, and maybe the top concern they have is the flood of North Koreans over their border, because I think we all agree that I don't want to be insensitive to humanity. Those poor people are starving. We see what pictures are released. We see, say, what's the capital name? I can't get that one. It's got 5.
Pyongyang.
All right,
Or
Bruce.
Pyongyang.
Yeah, okay. We see the pictures there. We see pictures of a thriving construction, new technology that they have focused in this circle. But when you get out to North Korea and you get outside of that, resembles Washington, D.C. When
Maybe
you get
they
outside of that.
Maybe they should
But
build
when
a
you-
wall.
But when you get outside of that, Bruce, those people are in bad shape.
Yeah, below subsistence living.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's horrible.
They're horrible.
It is horrible.
Yeah. And everything they do with all the marching youths and all that, it's all show.
Right.
I mean, you know, they get their first meal
they're-
in weeks, and then they go out there and wave flags all day.
Yeah.
Right. Come
Who's
into
behind the
come
curtain
into
pulling the
town. Free
strings?
a buffet first. Get your flag at the end of the buffet.
To the Chinese buffet?
I know you didn't say that. Folks, I'm taking this out on here. It's not me. Remember, fire and fury. And the voice of reason.
That's right.
Take us a break, Sam. We'll be right back. We'll find out what you think about Mitch McConnell. Get the job done or get out.
Yeah.
Take us a break. Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
I'm your host, BKP, and we're back. I was trying to look at some emails here during the break. We're back.
Fire and Fury here.
Fire and Fury, and the voice of reason. We are at Sycamore Crossing, Broken Bull, New Blue Home and Gift, Kinty, the Peruvian store at Tupelo T. I love being downtown here on Friday with these guys. Our all-star
10:15, right?
Oh, 10. Yes, exactly. We shut down, and Sam and I place an order, and there you go. Exactly. Okay. Mitch McConnell
got spanked.
Majority leader in the Senate.
Get the job done or go home, Mitch.
You know,
are you concerned? No, wait a minute.
Okay.
Let's throw out all the media hype. Are you concerned? Because these are some of the things. Let me just put this out, and then we'll open the discussion up. Mitch McConnell. These are some of the things I'm hearing on several networks and headlines. Mitch McConnell knows how to get things done. Why would Donald Trump take on the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, that actually knows how Washington works? Now, I think the American people are very how Washington works. Doesn't that just, I get like,
yeah, that makes my skin crawl.
Right. Let me throw this. Could be the most powerful man in D.C. This, in fact, his attack on Mitch McConnell, in fact, proves Donald Trump is not a Republican. So
I think he's just playing to the base, throwing him up there as the sacrificial lamb, saying, this is how bad it is. I mean, he's a major leader, and he can't get things done. This is, endemic in the swamp.
I don't like playing to the base. Now, I like playing to the base, but I don't like what you said.
Well, he's
directly. I'm looking at I don't like you saying playing to the base.
Well, that's the way Trump works.
You got it?
Yeah.
I'm the voice.
Get after him, Fury.
All right, stay away.
The way it works.
Okay. Let me tell you why I say I don't like the playing to the base. Is the base the people that pulled the lever? I am not going to insult the intelligence of the people in America that pulled the lever for Donald Trump that put him in the Oval Office. And sometimes playing to the base. No, why don't we call it telling the truth? Do you think Mitch McConnell should stay majority leader in the Senate?
No, is telling the truth and playing the base dissimilar statements?
You got a problem with yes or no questions? Can you help me? Did you catch on? All right, let's try that again.
Well, I'm taking issue with that. I mean, they can be one and the same. They don't have to be like separate statements.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay.
We'll go with that. Let's move on.
No.
Oh, gotcha.
Can I have an opinion?
Just a second. Stay put, Fire.
Thank you.
Was that no? Mitch McConnell should maintain his leadership
back,
position. You think he should? Do you think Mitch McConnell should be the Senate Majority Leader?
No.
Yes or no?
No, I think you should move on.
All right, no. And you?
Are you asking me the yes or no, or can I go
let's
off
stay
on
with
my
the
own?
yes or no, and then you can go off on a tangent or whatever, and
Yeah.
you and Fire and Ice here or Fury, whoever you are, you can go on. Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so 2 no's. 3. So it's unanimous. The 3 of us agree that Mitch McConnell should not be the Senate Majority Leader, and we know that. Donald Trump campaign. Now here's where I took issue with that, and Bruce, I understood what you were saying, playing to the base. I understood that, but one of my things is Donald Trump is refreshing, meaning he made campaign promises. And he said the forgotten man would no longer be forgotten, correct?
Right.
And I think the 3 of us really resemble America saying for the longest time, I could go all over this country and people would say, ditch Mitch. I get emails all the time. Mitch has got to go. That, So I don't, you with me?
To a point. But when something like that happens, when he gets on the phone and they have a
Reputed.
an alleged reputed, come downance. I always go back to the baseline that Trump is not a politician. He thinks like a businessman. What does a businessman do? What's the president do if you're managing one of the divisions and all of a sudden your numbers are off the chain, off the chart, down, and you're working 4 hours a day. He comes to you and says, you got to go to work or go home.
If your branch
he's a businessman.
If your branch is not doing well, you call that person in and you say, look, here's the bottom line, here's the numbers. They do not reflect a profit, they reflect a loss, and I'm going to look you right in the eye across the desk. You got about 30 days to let me see that this ship is turning around, or I'm going to make a decision.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now,
so that's how this guy operates.
The counterpoint is, well, these are equal branches of government. He can't tell. He's the president of the United States. That's where the buck stops, Harry. That's where the buck stops. You know, if Mitch doesn't do a good job, Trump is the one that's going to get hammered.
Okay, Trump is getting the negative side always from the press of him saying, them saying, Mitch McConnell knows how to get things done, and he's Mr. Republican, and he's Mr. DC. Don't you think that Mitch McConnell was out of line? To me, this is me speaking for myself. When Hillary Clinton said basket of deplorables, to me it upset me as much to hear Mitch McConnell say that the President of the United States had excessive expectations.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming with that.
Do
you understand? Mitch went out with that shot first.
But guess what? Those expectations are expected to go away by the base. They don't want those expectations. They want the swamp gone. All he does is keep coming back to the way the swamp operates, if you will.
Bruce, do you think the president had excessive expectations when he came in office? Seriously.
I think on some things he may have felt things were going to happen sooner than they are happening. So, you know, he's maybe got a little wiggle room there. But yeah, I kind of agree with you that him saying that sort of was like, you know, was kind of a slap in the face to Trump.
Here's some backup. If you've got the video, you go back to January and you look at Mitch McConnell on Meet the Depressed and whatever shows he was on. Oh yeah, next week we're going to be repealing and replacing Obamacare. Do you think that's too fast? No, we're going to get it done quickly. You know, they're still wallowing in mediocrity. He said that in January, that he would have that done. You know, so he set his own high expectation that he didn't deliver.
Well, remember, you know, we've said before in the show and talked about it, Republicans are like herding cats. I mean, they are much more independent and will not tend to come together like the Democrats
like sheep.
Yeah. Like the Democrats did on Obamacare.
Let me say this. You are correct on the playing to the base. You are correct on that. There's things that Trump knows today plays to the base. I guess we're considered the base, and we are going to hear some things that we say we're glad somebody finally steps
or things
up.
He truly believes are good for all Americans. And you know, that's beyond the base. But I mean, I think there's disaffected Democrats that he would hope to reach.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. So he may say things that play to the base. You're 100% right. You and I say, way to go. We're looking for somebody to stand up, actually call things out, say what they are.
Yep.
But if the person walking by this morning does not agree with us, we're still happy that it's going to be a positive for them.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Right? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some of the playing to the base, and that's what I don't want to apologize on TV for coming across. We have a lot of fun here, but playing to the base, I hear too many of the MSNBC and the other people say that this is for the base. This is for the base. His base is eroding. He has to say anything for the base, and that's why when I hear playing to the base, I get a little bit, no, I don't think so.
I think you need to stop watching so many of those shows. Pull back on that a little.
Pull back.
What would you do on Monday?
Yeah, what would I do on Monday? I have a great thought about what I'll do on Monday.
Oh.
Playing to the base. One more thing, and I want to move on to a couple other subjects.
Good.
Watching one of those shows, I heard somebody on the panel, obviously much brighter than I am, obviously, okay, that said, Mitch McConnell, why would you want to take on Mitch McConnell? He knows how to get things done. Can you point to one landmark piece of legislation that Mitch McConnell has?
Yes, I can.
Okay, what is it?
Not legislation, excuse me. The
accomplishment.
The appointment of Gorsuch. He really did a good job supporting Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court.
I asked, you answered. You agree?
Yeah. I don't know anything else, though.
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
He's been part of the herd on some
Yep.
bills in the past, but
Approving. Well, I want to stay focused because God knows I don't want to be wrong here. Okay, God knows and everybody else. So approving a nominee, he did a good job moving him through.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Mm-hmm. But listen to my interview with Congressman Doug Collins yesterday about how many appointees that they cannot get through that the Senate has control over.
Stonewalled.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you hear that yesterday?
60 votes.
Right. Mm-hmm. The Senate is not moving appointees through for the president. And what did he say on day one? Obama had how many voice votes?
I can't remember the number,
but you know
was,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yes, Mitch did well, if we want to give him that, on Neil Gorsuch, but that's approving something, but I'm talking a landmark piece of legislation. I don't know of one piece of landmark legislation that knows how to get things done. So I'm going to move on from that. The resistance. Are you? I need you to stay out of Atlanta for a couple. The resistance is coming to Atlanta.
Really?
Liberals gather in Atlanta to plan
geez.
Trump resistance strategy.
Oh boy.
The strategy.
Who's
we're
in?
gonna talk resistance right after this because it's 9:27. We're gonna have another segment and then it'll be time for our pet of the week, the star. Just when we get back, resistance. Bruce, I'm sorry. Will you ever forgive me?
yes, I will.
Okay, during the break, I'll make it up to you. Okay, I get you a Coca-Cola or a tap.
Do I
or
need to
something.
leave?
Take us to break. No. Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. All of your representatives and your senators are attending town halls on recess. This past Wednesday night, I think it was Wednesday night, Congressman Doug Collins held a town hall. I attended that. The resistance, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said it's the summer of resistance.
What was the resistance like in Gainesville at the town hall?
They were able to get 236 people in the public safety building, the courtroom where we had the town hall. Then they closed the doors. The resistance movement got there very early, and they made sure they were about 50% of the crowd.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe 40. Some would
Okay.
take issue because they got up and stormed out, so everybody would see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when
Big-
they left,
Big noisy exit.
yes, when they left, we were able to see, like, okay, these are the people left. Okay, now let's discuss some things. They left about 10 minutes left in the town hall. They got up and stormed out and started yelling resistance. It's interesting. I have the video of the town hall on my website, and if you will watch the end, somebody sent me a message yesterday. If you will watch the end where they storm out, our camera, FYN TV's camera's in the corner of the room, and the people have to go this way, and they're walking in front of the camera yelling resistance. And one guy, it's hilarious, you gotta watch, one guy comes straight to the camera, gets his face this far from the camera and yells resistance. It's on the camera. I mean, but anyhow,
Serenity now.
They're not interested in an answer. They're not interested in being a part of the solution. They're not. They're not interested at all.
They just want to make noise.
100%. Liberals gather in Atlanta to plan Trump's resistance strategy.
Man, tell me those dates so I can stay away.
Netroots Nation, the activist left's largest annual gathering, arrives in Atlanta this year with its clearest focus in years: how to resist President Trump. Former Vice President Gore will speak about the threats to the planet from the president, who dismisses climate change as a hoax hatched by Beijing. Senator, is that Pocahontas?
Yes.
Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senator Elizabeth Warren, and Representative Keith Ellison from Minnesota.
Oh boy.
they said in concert.
Will ring alarm bells. So I want to see them get up there and ring the alarm bells. Ring alarm bells about domestic policy.
Yeah.
And 14 discrete sessions will discuss the best ways to fight the White House. Not work with, to fight the White House and Republican Congress. John Ossoff, the Democrat star, who narrowly, you can have that in a minute, narrowly lost to Georgia's special House election in June, will also be there. He's going to be on a panel to discuss.
Good night.
No, here's what he's going to be. This is hilarious. John Ossoff is going to be on a panel to discuss how Democrats can win in 2018.
The leading voice.
Maybe that's a good thing.
So the resistance I seen it the other night.
Yeah.
What say you, Bruce?
It's crazy. I mean, Black Lives Matter, Al Sharpton, they going to be there?
Exactly.
Oh boy.
Right? Black Lives Matter.
How big a group is this expected to be? Do we know that?
It's their annual meeting. I'd say with Elizabeth Warren and Ellison, like it or not, and Al Gore. What's that old song? The freaks come out at night.
Mm-hmm.
So
will the master legislator be there?
Who's the master legislator?
Oh, self-proclaimed master legislator.
No, wait a minute. No. That was a test. Nancy Pelosi,
Yes, sir.
self-proclaimed master legislator.
The queen of Botox. Yes.
Listen, I refuse to have you don't treat Nancy that way on my show. All right. So the resistance will be in place.
You mentioned Al Gore before.
Yeah, you wanted that.
I know.
Right?
I did
Okay.
want
All
that.
right.
It's one of the funniest lines I've ever heard on the 5. They're talking about the movie and the sequel and the
Inconvenient sequel.
inconvenient sequel and how it's bombed. The funniest line of the night was when Gutfeld says, if you look back at the other movie, if everything would have come true, we'd all be dead. we'd all be dead.
I know.
So how do you have a sequel? You don't need a sequel. Everybody's dead.
Well, easy, polar bear.
Yeah, it's okay, Glacier Breath.
Can I be the Arctic Fox?
Okay, moving right along. I have something we want to talk about. Judge says State Department needs to start looking for those Benghazi emails and have them by September. What say you?
Oh, some will say that those Benghazi emails are already out there. Yeah, I'd rather see the lack of emails between Podesta and Clinton.
Exactly.
That's what I'd rather see.
Okay.
I'd rather see him focus on that. However, I think this is the first dribble of a lot of dribbles and drabs, and it's going to start picking up steam. I think you're going to see more and more and more of this as they start to roll out the Clinton.
Well, yesterday he spoke about it. Congressman Doug Collins is a ranking member on the Judiciary Committee, and they did this bypassed all media almost. They signed a letter. They voted and signed a letter and sent it asking for a special counsel to look into Comey and Loretta Lynch, and the list goes on.
Strictly party line vote.
It was a party line vote, but the Judicial committee did vote, not unanimously, but in favor, and sent a letter and signed it. And that's something that is not brought up. A couple more things on the Benghazi. You want to make a comment on that the emails?
No, I agree with what you've said. So let's move on.
I want to say I agree with the Benghazi. Let's see the other emails. I agree with that wholeheartedly. The Paul Manafort, special counsel. Are they putting pressure on Manafort to get him to turn and name names, or is he going to be the chosen one that they take down to validate? Because my belief is still
they got to
special
I think a little
counsel
of both. If they can get him to turn and say some things, great. And then he might get a pass. If they can't, they'll probably make him the one twisting in the wind.
But I guess I'm the one sitting here, and I know you guys are also sitting here saying, okay, well, if we have laws and regulations about you're supposed to identify yourself as a foreign agent or business lobbyist. Or lobbyist, and if you're supposed to do these things, I understand if he did not, he broke the law. Okay, I'm okay with that. But everywhere, why can't we get the schedule, the manifest, everywhere that our plane stopped? Our plane, taxpayers, by the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, she stopped at that foreign country, and she told them where to remit their check.
She was picking up checks.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go, hey, listen, Uma, I'm going to talk to this guy while I'm here. Go down on 5th Street. And down on 5th Street, there's a guy. You're going to see the guy. Get the check. I mean, there's a little confusion to me of, okay, if Manafort, you're going to raid his home, fine. You're going to take his documents, fine. Do you understand?
I think this gets back to like Americans, with the politicians in D.C. and the lobbyists and that whole industry. They all play fast and loose with the rules.
I agree.
From Hillary Clinton to Manafort to you name them. So
Abramoff.
Hey, go for it.
He went to
Anthony Weiner. I mean, loose and fast with all the rules. They don't apply to us.
Don't use Weiner and loose and fast. Wow, that was tough.
It's a family show.
I know, and he's the one doing this loose and fast and Weiner.
Anthony Weiner. Hey.
Okay, no, seriously. Before we get to Manafort, you think he has really got something else, or they got to validate? Hey, we got something. I don't think they have anything on Trump. I just don't.
What's the Trump?
There's such a gray area that they're not going to be able to put the collusion together. Do you?
I agree.
What's the Clinton aide's name that Obama said, I don't want him anywhere close? What's his name?
I know.
I can't think of it.
Okay.
There's another one that they need to investigate.
Well, there's so many that we're
No.
concerned. No, we're concerned out here. Like, what
Clinton
takes?
aide.
What about these other things
Valerie
that are?
Jarrett?
It's a man.
Hey, listen.
Sorry.
Call him later.
Sorry.
Oh my God. gosh. I have something I want to know. They have to come back and they have to do a I love continuing spending resolution. That just, I got a serenity now. Continuing spending resolution. Will Trump shut the government down if there's no money for the wall in there? Because to his base, we'll go back to that. I'm telling you what, if the government does not put money in that southern border, what do you think will happen?
Well,
they are watching in D.C. to find out. You are one of their advisors, so make this a good answer.
The Democrats, I think, are the ones who are going to be responsible for shutting it down. However, they will control the media, and it'll come back.
The Republicans never sell that, though.
I know they don't.
They already got the message point.
Right, they never sell. You're right. The Democrats will shut it down. They'll run and put the barriers up at the park, and they'll stop some veteran from going and seeing the wall in World War II.
And then they'll start getting quotes from all, like, you know,
and they'll have some poor veteran that they'll be out there with a hat and said, "I've traveled here to see the memorial 3,000 miles, and Donald Trump shut it down."
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But the question is, Mac, do you think that he will, how bad will the battle be, or do they have something ready and they'll move along?
I would hope they have something ready. Again, I mean, he's going to have to work with Ryan and Mitch.
You running for any kind of office?
No.
You want to announce it because you've been very neutral a lot of your answers. You got to talk after the show.
Part Chinese,
right?
Do I need to start watching the shows, more shows?
Yeah, I think he's running for office, right? What do you think?
Oh,
I asked him.
Oh, did I ask you?
Yeah,
all right, well then, okay. Final thought of the day, Bruce. What did you bring? What do you have? What do you want to? What's your final thought of the day?
Just another one of the thing from Bill Gates, you know, and his 11 things that he talks to school kids about. If you mess up, it's not your parents' fault, so don't whine about mistakes. Learn from them.
You mean it's not your parents' fault?
No, it's not your parents' fault. It's your damn fault.
That's my line.
Could be. That's right.
Plagiarism.
Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a name for a show.
Yeah,
Fury.
All right, your final thought of the day?
Fury, signing up.
I want to throw a little light note out there. I want to talk about eclipse, can we?
Go with the clips.
Speaking of clips, I got my hair cut yesterday.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful, huh? A little coif. Anyway, funniest thing happened in the barber chair. Went to a local barber shop down there, and the owner decided that he thought he should do a special on August 21st, clips haircuts. You want to know the definition of his eclipse haircut?
Go for it.
They only take 2 minutes and 34 seconds, and it looks like you got your haircut in the dark.
I love it. Haircut in the dark. Shaves are extra.
No, shaves are not allowed that day.
No,
too close. Too close for comfort.
That was a close shave.
Yeah.
Bruce, I want to thank you. I want to thank Rick and Bruce. They come every week. We have such a great time. We hope you enjoy it out there. And we do talk about very serious issues here. We have fun doing it, but there are serious things of concern that we need to pay attention. And I'll be back Monday morning. We're not leaving. I'll be back Monday morning.
Can I do a shout out real quick?
Shout out.
Shout out this week to Samantha, to Lonnie, and to James.
Yes.
James, who really did a brilliant job of fixing that studio to make it look palatial like it did. 17th floor BKP Towers in LJ. Great interview with our representative.
Thank you very much.
Was that silver foil or gold?
No, it's gold.
Yeah, he hasn't earned the gold MA yet. It's gonna
easy. It's time for our star.
Thank
you very much. We appreciate those kind words. And it's time for our star, so don't leave now. We wait all week for our Pet of the Week from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge, and we're going to be back right after these messages. Who do we have, Sam?
Rusty.
Rusty will be joining us right after this.
Rusty's in the house.
Take us a break, Sam.